Hello, YouTube and Universe, and welcome back to Scarston Productions. I'm your host, Moro, and here to bring you everything new on your favorite brand. And today, we're looking at the new HasLab reveal from Hasbro Pulse. But before we begin, just want to make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification so you don't miss another video like this. Because remember, this might be a small click for you guys, but it's a big help for me. Thank you. Now, if you don't know what a HasLab is, it's basically when Hasbro does this whole crowdfunding for one huge figure. Now, the figure this time comes from one of my favorite versions of Transformers, and those two characters are Optimus Prime and Ultra Magnus from Transformers Robots in Disguise 2001. And the way they make the figure is by the crowdfunding, as I said, and it has to have a certain amount of backers to it. And currently, it has 4,981 backers while I'm recording this right now. Hey, Future Moro here. Just wanted to say I am shocked by how many people actually decided to get this. Because, well, it's been 3 days since I started recording, and I just decided not to see how the numbers would go up, but I never expected over 6,000 people to already have it, and it's only been 3 days. Almost 4 now. But that was just all I had to say because this is just crazy, though I am excited about it actually coming out now. But back to the video. And the funny thing is, there's supposed to be up to 10,000 backers to actually get the figure. And from the way everything's going, it looks like this will be fully backed up. And it hasn't even been a day yet. But enough about the background for this. Let's get to the actual figures for this. And starting off with the leader of the Autobots, Optimus Prime. And starting off in vehicle plan, I have to say, it looks exactly like the actual fire truck. And if you're wondering what I mean by that, in Transformers Robots in Disguise, they actually took real vehicles and used those to base the toys off of. And one thing I find funny is it's made by the exact same person who made the original toy, that being Yuki-san from Takara Tomy. And I can't lie, Yuki-san has been the MVP when it comes to making Transformer figures. But back to the vehicle mode, and I have to say, it still looks perfect even though you can see the super mode head, and it seems to have all the features the original toy had, even though I think they won't be spring-loaded. Which is a huge disappointment in my opinion because this is a HasLab figure, so they could take any liberty that they want with this. But all in all, I really love the vehicle mode. Moving on, we have the base mode for Optimus Prime, and I have to say, it's something, at least. It's just taking half of the vehicle mode and just doing something with it. It's weird, but at least it's a base of some sorts. It has missiles, it has a recharge station in the show. That has to at least count it as a base, right? But hey, that at least gives you something to do with the extra parts if you're just using the regular Optimus mode, which is a perfect transition to the robot mode. And I really do have to say, it looks amazing. It looks like it just jumped out of the screen and into my hands. Well, into product shots. I also like how it has every little detail that the actual show version of him had, and a little bit of details from the actual toy. Another thing I like is you can actually take apart some of the base and you can actually give him his shoulder missiles they had in the show as well. And all in all, I can tell that this figure is going to have a whole lot of playability to it. And the best part of it all is it also has its super mode, which is also another good transition I just did. And speaking of the super mode, I have to say, amazing. A 10 out of 10. It looks like it just popped out of the screen. No words can describe how much I love this. And there are no gaps to it. Oh man, Hasbro, just take my money already. But all in all, nothing much to complain about this. Actually, there is nothing to complain about its combined mode. It's just perfect. Moving on to the next figure, we have the Grouch of the Autobots and Optimus Prime's brother in this continuity, Ultra Magnus. Now, I grew up watching reruns of the old 2001 show, and I have to say, Magnus was my favorite character out of him, and seeing him get a new figure, this is just perfect. And with us getting the tow line in the Buzzword, the Bumblebee line, and with us getting a new sideburn later on in the year, RID 2001 is finally getting the recognition that it deserves. But moving back to the actual figure, it just looks amazing. I can't complain about it. This is just my favorite version of Ultra Magnus, so I cannot say anything bad about this. It's just perfect. And moving on into vehicle mode, and I have to say, it looks amazing. It looks like it just popped out of the screen and you could just drive it down the road without anyone caring about it. Now, for accessories, Ultra Magnus comes with his iconic dual minigun, and it also has a new feature to it. They turned it into a weaponizer. Now, the name of it is Autobot Blue Bolt, and I have to say, it actually looks good. Starting off in weapon mode, I have to say, it looks exactly like how it does in the show and the actual toy for Ultra Magnus. It even looks like the miniguns could spin, so that's a plus. But moving to robot mode, I have to say, they really did do their thing at Hasbro because the Blue Bolt never actually had a figure before, unless you count the actual gun. But it's actually good to see it have an abstract thing, like it doesn't have actual hands. It uses the turrets as them instead of just having them on the back as accessories. Now here they all compared to each other, and I can't believe some of their heights, like Optimus Prime being 12.25 inches when he's in his super mode, that is. Then we have Ultra Magnus, who's 11.5 inches, which is to be expected because when he's not in super mode, Optimus is shorter than Ultra Magnus. Then we have Blue Bolt, who is 5.75 inches, which is around your average deluxe class figure. I thought Blue Bolt might have been shorter because he turns into a weapon, but then again, Ultra Magnus is 11.5 inches. Now, one more thing you could do with all the figures is you could do the iconic handshake to get one of my favorite combinations in all of Transformers, Omega Prime. And, oh man, may America bless this because it has the red, white, and blue and everything. What I'm trying to say is they blend the colors perfectly. It's just immaculate. There's nothing wrong with this. And as I said for Muslim, there are no gaps. So yeah, Hasbro did their thing with this. And there's nothing to say because it's already perfect. But moving on, remember how I said in the beginning how they have to have a certain amount of backers? Well, if they exceed the backers, you actually are allowed to get extra stuff with it. Like at 13,000 backers, you will be getting the Matrix Blade. Now, the Matrix Blade is only seen in one episode, and that is the finale of the series. Basically, it's just Fortress Maximus's blade that Optimus Prime is using at the moment. And at 16,000 backers, we get a stand that kind of reminds me of the space bridge that they use in the show. Other than that, that's really it for everything on this. And that's it for the video, guys. I hope you liked it. And remember, come again anytime. And another thing, we have a TikTok now. So, if you ever want to see skits on Transformers or anything else, like edits and more, just remember to follow me on there. And see you all next time.